What's going on YouTube? It's Chris here from Friendly Frenzy Games, and today I'm going to show you how to unlock the Relentless Warrior achievement and trophy in Crimson Desert for completing all 10 training challenges. Now before we start, I have grouped the challenges as best I could by the location of the sealed artifacts to save you a little bit of time from having to backtrack to different areas of the map. With that in mind though, if you are still relatively early into your playthrough, many of these locations might be challenging, so you're going to want to use some caution if you're choosing to track these challenges down early, especially in the higher level areas. As a note also, for this trophy and achievement specifically, you're going to need to be nearly finished the story, as there is a challenge that requires at least Chapter 9 progression to complete. Let's first start at the far east of the map with Like a Butterfly, Like a Storm in eastern Delecia. Head to this shrine along the path northeast of the Sanctum of Veneration to collect the Sealed Abyss artifact. For this challenge, you'll need to successfully land Diving Force Palm twice in a row without touching the ground. Now this challenge does require a fair amount of setup. First, you'll need to have your Axiom Force skill in the health tree to level 3 so that you're able to perform the aerial swing skill. Not only that, you'll also need to have restored the Precipice of Truth in the Spire of Insight or Path of Providence region of the Abyss to unlock the Diving Force Palm skill in the Spirit Tree. With that in hand, teleport to the Abyss Crescent in the Silver Wolf Mountain region of Northern Paleun and use your Axiom Force on the podium. While you're tethered to the podium, jump and click in on the right stick or press R3 to perform the aerial swing, and then hit it once again to perform a Diving Force Palm. Now as you're thrown upwards out of the first dive, use your Axiom Force on the side of the mountain, and while tethered, click the right stick in or press R3 once again to perform another aerial swing, and then click it once more to perform your second Diving Force Palm. As long as you've successfully completed this move twice in a row without touching the ground, you can unseal the Abyss artifact to complete the Like a Butterfly, Like a Storm challenge. Next, staying in Delecia, let's move far west for Tornado of Steel. Head to this shrine along the path at the Dewhaven logging camp to collect the Sealed Abyss artifact. For this challenge, you'll need to hit 6 enemies while using a regular turning slash, then another 6 enemies while turning slash is enhanced with each of the 4 elements. Now this challenge is relatively easy to complete in premise, but it takes a lot to set up. For starters, it can't be completed until at least Chapter 9, since you need to have access to the Spire of Clockwork to help you restore the Riddle Square in the Abyss for the Wind element. You'll also need to complete the Courtyard of Precision for the Lightning element, the Path of Trials for Ice, and the Tree of Slumber for Fire. After you've restored these sections of the Abyss, you'll be able to select an element by pulling up the right D-pad radial. Then travel to a blockaded area and perform a turning slash with right bumper and right trigger, or R1 and R2. Then you can imbue the attack before it connects with the enemy by pressing left trigger and right trigger, or R2 and L2. After you've hit at least 6 enemies with each version of turning slash, you can unseal the Abyss artifact to complete the Tornado of Steel challenge. Then, skipping across the pond to southeastern Hernand, we have Stepping on Clouds. Head to this shrine along the path in the Steel Mountains region that leads directly under the Bloodsteel South Gate to collect this Sealed Abyss artifact. For this challenge, you'll need to use Aerial Force Palm to reach a height of 10 meters. Now this challenge can be done anywhere and really isn't that difficult, but it will require some timing. You'll also need Force Palm level 1 in the Spirit Tree to unlock the Aerial Force Palm skill, and I would highly recommend as much total spirit as possible before attempting this, because it definitely drains quickly. Now to reach 10 plus meters, you essentially need to chain together 3 perfect Aerial Force Palms. Jump into the air and click in on the right stick or R3, then click the right stick or R3 once again after about a second, then once more after another second. Once you've reached at least 10 meters using Aerial Force Palm, you can unseal the Abyss artifact to complete the Stepping on Clouds challenge. Staying in southeastern Hernand but slightly more north is Steel Grip Against the Chest. Head to this shrine along the path slightly northeast of Port Orin to collect the Sealed Abyss artifact. For this challenge, you'll need to defeat 3 enemies within 1 minute using wrestling skills. Now, I would highly recommend having your grappling skill in the stamina tree to at least level 2 for this challenge so that you can unlock the lariat skill, but level 5 is even better as it does perform another move in quick succession if your lariat doesn't kill the opponent. Then go to a smaller blockaded area with lower level, lightly armored enemies, and while you're close to them and unarmed, press A and X or square and X together at the same time to perform a lariat. From here, you can press those buttons together again quickly to perform the follow-up move. After you've defeated your 3rd opponent with a wrestling skill in under a minute, you can unseal the Abyss artifact to complete the steel grip against the chest challenge. In Hernan, but slightly more north still, you'll find Keeping Balance on the Wind. Head to this shrine along the path in the Unicorn Cliff region, southeast of your first Greymane camp to collect the Sealed Abyss artifact. Now for this challenge, you'll need to walk 10 meters while highlining. This challenge is very easy to complete and can be done virtually anywhere. Jump up onto a longer roof or wall, something like this half wall in Hernan Town, and walk along it. That's literally all you have to do. As soon as you've walked at least 10 meters this way, you can unseal the Abyss artifact to complete the Keeping Balance on the Wind challenge. Just southeast of Hernan Town, you'll find Sliding Down the Slope. Head to this shrine along the path in the Bloomwood Ranch region to collect this Sealed Abyss artifact. For this challenge, you're going to need to slide down 50 meters. Now this challenge is quite easy and can be done in a variety of places. Personally, I chose slightly north of the Abyss Nexus in the Kingshield Mountains area of Demonis. When you spawn here, run west up towards the top of the mountain. Then turn around and run down the mountain and click in on the left stick or press L3 when you're at full speed to start your slide. Dodge trees and rocks that might slow you down or stop your slide completely, then after you've slid for at least 50 meters, you can unseal the Abyss artifact to complete the Sliding Down the Slope challenge. Still in Hernan, but more west now, you'll find Rainbow Across the Sky. Head to this shrine along the path that runs just west of Fort Warspike to collect the Sealed Abyss artifact. For this challenge, you'll need to use a banner pike to pole vault 5 times in 30 seconds. Now you will need to have the double jump skill unlocked in your spirit tree to complete this challenge. Then, also if you need a banner pike, you can take the Demonisian banner pikes from the Flame Knight's castle in Demonis. Then all you need to do is have a banner pike equipped, then run and hit X or square twice quickly to double jump, which performs a pole vault. Repeat this process as quickly as possible another 4 times, and you can unseal the Abyss artifact to complete the Rainbow Across the Sky challenge as long as you completed it in 30 seconds or less. Now, moving east over to Demonis, you'll find Clash of a Protector. Head to this shrine along the path in the Golden Plains region of northeastern Demonis, just outside the north end of the Hay Roof Farm to collect this Sealed Abyss artifact. For this challenge, you'll need to successfully parry 7 times without taking any damage. Now you will need to have your Keen Senses skill in the Spirit Tree at least level 1 to unlock the ability to parry. Then, to complete this easily, focus on a single individual melee unit, ideally using a sword and shield or a 2-hand weapon, and let them attack you. Just as they're about to make contact, hit either left bumper or L1 to precisely block their attack. You'll know you've parried successfully if you glow green, but parries also cause enemies to stumble and sometimes drop their weapon. After you've parried 7 times without taking any damage, you can unseal the Abyss artifact to complete the Clash of a Protector challenge. Next, we go north past Payloon, where you'll find On a Storm of Beasts. Head to this shrine along the path that runs north of the Odek Floodgate to collect this Sealed Abyss artifact. For this challenge, you'll need to hang on to a bear for more than 10 seconds. Now you will need to have your grappling skill in the stamina tree leveled to at least level 4 so that you have access to the backhang skill. Then, teleport to the Abyss Nexus that's slightly northwest of the Sanctum of Penitence, which is ultimately southeast of the Unicorn Cliff in Hernan. Now when you spawn, you can locate the bear by running towards the red star that's on your map. As the bear approaches, jump and press X and A or square and X together at the same time to climb onto its back. Then click in and hold the right stick or R3 to force palm its back to keep you from getting thrown off. After riding the bear for 10 seconds, you can unseal the Abyss artifact to complete the On a Storm of Beasts challenge. For the last challenge in the combat training set, we'll go even further north to Erdova. Head to this shrine along the path slightly north of the Erdova Great Gate to collect the Through the Current Sealed Abyss artifact. For this challenge, you'll need to swim 100 meters at full speed without resting. Now this challenge can be done anywhere and is relatively easy, but I would highly recommend having at least level 10 stamina as it will drain very quickly. If you don't have skill points though, just be sure to bring some stamina consumables as you are able to eat instantly while swimming to keep your energy up. Then travel to a body of water, something like the Bay of Abundance in Southern Demonis, hop into the water and rapidly tap the A button or X on PlayStation to swim at full speed. Once you've swam at least 100 meters without resting, you can unseal the Abyss artifact to complete the challenge, and ultimately obtain the Relentless Warrior trophy and achievement. Now that's it for this video. I hope it was able to help you. If it did, give it a like and drop a comment. While you're here, consider subscribing to Friendly Frenzy Games for many more Crimson Desert guides just like this one.